In conclusion, Madam Mayor, we know that Eisenhower, with a population of 1.6 million, is the largest metropolitan area in North Texas, as well as an international hub of transit. Our proposal of solar roads, solvoces, and NPNTs will make Eisenhower the model for cities worldwide.
Your engineering firm has created an incredible proposal, but the cost is high. I don't mean to act like a Scrooge, but let me read through a copy tonight. I'll sleep on it. Too much commitment, so much money. Humbug. How could my ancestor, President Eisenhower, the city's namesake, ever have afforded to develop the U.S. interstate highway system?
Madam Mayor.
President Eisenhower, my great, you get the idea. Grandfather, is it really you?
Yes, I'm the ghost of President Eisenhower. In the past, I created the U.S. interstate highway system, allowing military transport and eliminating unsafe roads, inefficient routes, and traffic jams that got in the way of speedy, safe transcontinental travel. Let me show you the present. Congestion, construction, and crashes.
Oh my!
Not to mention long commute times, detours, and potholes.
If only I could accelerate into the future.
Those engineers' wonderful solutions were the future.
You mean solar roads, solvoces, and NPNT? They are so expensive.
But they aren't. The benefits far outweigh the cost. Let's bring in the engineer.
Here's a model of Eisenhower in 2216 with the three-tiered solution fully implemented.
Those must be the solar roads you talked about. Intelligent, flexible, durable, and a reliable power source.
Electrical and geotraffic engineers work synergistically on the solar roads. The high-strength glass has better traction than asphalt. LED lights provide warning and navigational messages, and heating elements melt snow and ice.
Solar panels collect energy. Microprocessor boards control lighting, communication monitoring, and heating elements. The base layer distributes power, supplies data signals, and protects the electronics.
I do remember that lane stripes can be reconfigured in real time to disperse traffic, and expeditious repair requires merely one person and 2 bolts.
You remember correctly. Now roads are less expensive to maintain, and traffic flows smoothly.
The second part of our solution is the solvoce, an automated vehicle that drives and flies. Aerospace engineers solvoces reach for the sky when inventing the hideaway, blended wings that reduce noise by 95%.
You did explain that 3 levels of traveling space disperse traffic, and fly passes prevent long backups by allowing solvoces to quickly fly over the obstructions.
You are flying high.
Solvoces are powered by solar roads and by solar panels atop the wings. The human error factor is eliminated by the autopilot setting.
And what was it you talked about, risks? Oh yes, to prevent ground casualties, solvoces take off and land vertically in flyer portals. They are equipped with multiple backup generators, but if all else fails, a parachute will slowly carry the solvoce down.
Nanotechnology helped material engineers refine carbon fiber, which is used throughout the solvoce.
Solvoces no longer stop at intersections because...
Oh, I know! Swarm intelligence. It utilizes dedicated short-range communication, inspired by ants, to process travel paths and automatically route drivers through intersections.
Correct.
The last part of our solution links both solar roads and solvoces. It is the revolutionary NPNT.
That stands for nanotechnology for positioning, navigating, and timing.
NPNT sends signals between solar roads and solvoces using nanochips. It auto-drives commuters to their requested destinations while minimizing impact on others. It can link cars together in a train formation if they're traveling the same direction.
NPNT applies predictive analytics to automatically adjust traffic flow in real time for maximum efficiency of roads throughout each day. The revolutionary NPNT windshield makes images appear as if they are actually on the road.
So this solution will pay for itself over time. I know I'm asking a lot, but what about the city itself?
Let's check it out. During the daytime, and let me allow you to experience the future.
Wow, this model is ingenious. A museum made from a car water pump, circuit boards create the functional mini zones, and your freight train is made out of a motorcycle chain. And it looks to me as if the scale is about 1 inch equals 50 feet. How creative.
Citizens live healthy lives and receive personalized health care to ensure extended life expectancy. Dissolving nano pills search for sickness and disease to diagnose ailments before symptoms appear. Vitamins or medication can be infused into nano pills if desired.
And a good health requires a clean environment.
A main focus is clean air, since solar roads provide the city with an energy that doesn't pollute. Also, industry uses ultraviolet filtration for emissions.
Low-density residential zones have community gardens, while high-density zones have farm scrapers that provide healthy, organic food for consumers. Space is maximized as businesses lease their rooftops to farmers.
And universities constantly engineer weight-friendly dwarf plants so that the roofs can support their gardens.
Plants and fish are raised in vertical hydroponic farms using recycled stormwater, which is drained through minuscule holes in solar surfaces. Finally, compost is collected and used as fertilizer.
Education is highly personalized. Students are offered hands-on interactive programs, and smart tablets maximize each student's potential by continual assessment and adaptive learning.
Our emergency services are superior. Responders are cross-trained, while NPNT improves accuracy and response time. Emergencies activate emergicams, providing responders with eyes-on knowledge.
Parks and pedestrian-only plazas are plentiful because landfills are compacted underground in sealed chambers where bacteria digest the organic waste.
Thanks to our engineers who defined the problem, brainstormed and designed solutions, built and tested prototypes, modified and improved the systems, and finally presented the solutions, Eisenhower is a flourishing city with an efficient transportation network.
So what do you think?
I am sold. Solar roads, Sovoches, and NPNT are the right transportation solution to accelerate Eisenhower, Texas into the 23rd century. I'm as light as carbon fiber. My city can change. My city will be the future.
I am President Eisenhower, and I approve this solution.
Okay. Well, I had a question. The Solvoce takes off and it can convert from car to plane.
Yes.
So, and it goes over traffic jams that way. Isn't that what everybody's going to do?
So what we have is there's 3 levels of airspace. The roads, of course, are free because who wouldn't want to fly? So the lower airspace costs just a little, and then the higher airspace, which travels at high speeds and it's automated, is the most expensive.
So it will fly over in the process of not just suddenly flying over and causing accidents, but instead it strategically, through automation, will fly over when it knows that there are no other cars around. And in addition, it actually frees up because then it can go over and go onto the place where there isn't traffic and then frees up the traffic back where it was.
Also, we don't want to make it costly for the citizens, so we hand out passes so that they can, or it's almost like a toll tag, so that they can use their fly passes whenever they need them instead of having to pay every time they have to go over a backup.
Can you talk about how you handle transportation of materials and especially waste materials?
So our Solvoce is powered from solar power, so there isn't really any waste from that. So that powers our city, and it's a clean energy. Also, and that's basically all we have.
In addition, the materials of the car is carbon fiber, which regularly is already pretty lightweight. But what our engineers did is our material engineers and different engineers definitely refined it and made it a lot lighter, so that we wanted to make it to where it's also sturdy. We wanted to make it lighter, and so we would have less material to use, and it made it cheaper and more affordable, but it's still great quality.
I'm very excited to be in the company of the president, and I have a question. How will this city integrate engineering and public policy?
So we have a university, and in our school we have hands-on interactive programs. So engineers come in weekly, monthly, or whenever they want to, and they teach the kids about engineering. Then that excites the kids, and then they want to pursue that when they're older, and so that's how we have so many great buildings throughout our city. From the older engineers coming and teaching the younger kids, then them going to Mole University, our university, which is underground. And so this is what they've created.
It's kind of what we learned individually as well. What we kind of did was we figured out that sometimes instead of just reading journals and articles that are kind of over our heads with technical terms, we thought it was great to solve real-world problems by actually talking to engineers face-to-face, kind of like we did some Skype interviews with companies that are kind of across our country, and we got some information and ideas and used brainstorming to come up with ideas that could make it more of a futuristic city.
Also, we took field trips to DART and Interstate Batteries.
So what would you do differently?
Next year,
Yeah.
when we do it, I will definitely start making buildings earlier.
Really?
Because when I started, I used to hand them off to Nicole and Faith because I didn't feel the confidence. But after I worked on MPNT Tower over here, it just gave me the level of confidence that I need to pursue, to move on and make more buildings.
Yes, I think that next year I want to be a little bit more productive during our meetings. So instead of just thinking about the essay every meeting, maybe we could be making trees so that our hands aren't idle the entire time, and that way we're being more productive and getting things done.
I think another thing would be when it comes to the different ways is weather was kind of a big problem in a lot of ways because it would make it a lot harder for us to get together in meetings. So what would have been nice is we had plans for what we wanted to do in case something like that came up. So we had a cushion in case someone was sick or there was weather problems. But what would have been nice is if we could have changed the fact that there were ways to somehow meet even without it, because right now we would have to go to each other's houses, but regularly we couldn't really do that when we couldn't actually get to each other's houses.
Is there a rule that says the mayor of Eisenhower has to be a descendant?
No, it just happened that way.
Okay.
My last name is Eisenhower. No, just kidding.
Can you tell us a little bit about what exports and imports you have and how your transportation accommodates that exchange of goods?
So